Good morning class. In today's class I will explain you the structure and function of different components of food. Now let's start with the carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the compounds of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Carbohydrates, as we all know, the formula of carbohydrate is C6H12 and O6. So it is the compounds of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. And in carbohydrates, always hydrogen and oxygen are present in the ratio of 2:1. 2:1. It is the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen in carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the main source of energy and stored food. The carbohydrates are the natural products of photosynthesis in which carbon dioxide and water converted into glucose in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. 6 This is the photosynthesis reaction in which carbon dioxide and water converted into glucose in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. This is released in the atmosphere that we inhale for the process of respiration. Now, on the basis of structural formula, carbohydrates are categorized into three categories: monosaccharides, oligosaccharides and polysaccharides. Now, monosaccharides are the simple glucose, are the simple carbohydrates. They cannot be hydrolyzed into simpler compound, and they are sweet in taste and soluble in water. The molecular formula of monosaccharide is C6H12O6. Mono means single. So its molecular formula is C6H12O6. So it is a simple sugar. The example of monosaccharides are glucose, galactose and fructose, fruit sugar. These are the example of monosaccharides. They are very simple glucose and they cannot be hydrolyzed into simpler products because they are already simpler in form, and they are soluble in water and sweeter in taste. Now second is the oligosaccharides. Oligosaccharides are formed by the union of 2 to 10 monosaccharides in a long chain. The common example of monosaccharide is disaccharides. Disaccharides are formed by the union of two monosaccharides. Di means two. When two monosaccharides combine, they form the disaccharides, and it is an example of oligosaccharides. They are again sweeter in taste and soluble in water. The molecular formula of disaccharide is C12H22O11. As here two glucose are combined, so that it is C12, because two chain of monosaccharides form disaccharides. The example of disaccharides is maltose, lactose and sucrose. These are the example of disaccharides. Now the third one is the polysaccharides. Polysaccharides are formed by the union of more than 10 monosaccharides. So they are neither sweeter in taste and nor soluble in water. And the good example of polysaccharide is cellulose. Cellulose is the component of plant cell, and the second example of polysaccharide is starch, food stored in the form in plant cell, and third one is the glycogen, and glycogen is the food stored in animal cell. This is all about the carbohydrates. Now I will explain you the importance of carbohydrates. There are some importance of carbohydrates that I have mentioned here. First is the source of energy. Carbohydrates acts as a fuel in all the living organisms because it is a good source of energy. Second is the storage of food. Starches and glycogens are the form of carbohydrates and they are stored as a food in plant and animal cell respectively. Third is the formation of some cellular structure like cellulose. Cellulose is the cellular structure and it is formed by and it is a form of carbohydrate. Now next is the structural component. Ribose and deoxyribose are the structural component of RNA and DNA respectively and they are the form of carbohydrates. Now next is the roughage. Cellulose, it is a fibrous carbohydrate and it helps in cleaning the alimentary canal, so it is also the good importance, very important importance of carbohydrate. Now next is the heparin. Heparin is the protein and it is present in our blood and it acts as it is a very good anticoagulant. It prevents the coagulation of blood or clotting of blood in blood vessels. So these are some importance of carbohydrates. Now I will explain you about the proteins. Now proteins is another component of our food. It is a macromolecule and it is the compound of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. This is the compound of protein, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. So proteins are the building blocks of amino acids and amino acids are the component of nitrogen. Amino acids are the compounds which is made by carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. So building block of protein is amino acids. There are 20 types of amino acids are found. They form the proteins and they are categorized into two types. First is the essential amino acid. Essential amino acids cannot be synthesized in our body, so they should be present in our diet and they are 8 in number. Second is the non-essential amino acid. They can be synthesized by our body, so they are 12 in number. This is all about the proteins and their building blocks of proteins. Now, good source of proteins is all the pulses that we eat. All the pulses, meat, eggs, and egg yolk, and meat, and these are the good sources of bean, fish. These are the good sources of proteins. And now I will explain you the importance of protein. Now I will explain you some importance of proteins. The first important is it is the main body builder. All the growth that occurs in our body, repairment and replacement of worn out tissues are only due to the presence of protein in our body. Second is they act as an enzyme. All the enzymes are made up of proteins and enzymes act as a biocatalyst. Biocatalyst influences the rate of biochemical reactions in our body and all the enzymes are made up of proteins. This is the second important of protein. Now in shortage of carbohydrates and fats, protein oxidizes and releases the energy. So in the absence of or in shortage of carbohydrates, it acts as a fuel in our body. Now next is the hormones. Hormones are the chemical messenger in our body and they are made up of proteins. Now next is the antibodies. Antibodies acts as a protect our body against several diseases, and they are also made up of proteins. Now next is the hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is the form of protein, and it helps in the transportation of oxygen in our body. So this is the very important function of the protein. So means hemoglobin carry the oxygen. It has a high efficiency towards the oxygen. It combines with the oxygen and forms the unstable compound oxyhemoglobin, and in this form it transports the oxygen in all parts of our body. So and it is the form of protein. So this is a very important function of the protein. So these are some importance of the proteins. Deficiency of protein causes kwashiorkor in childhood. This is a very dangerous disease in childhood, and in such diseases proper growth of the child does not occur. Second is the deficiency of carbohydrates and proteins causes marasmus in infants, and such infants do not show proper growth and in their body. So these are some deficiency diseases of proteins. We will continue with next components. Till then, thank you.